From the dusty sands of Iraq to the Holy Land shore, we stood tall against the tyrants, settling the score. Flying over the desert, fighting for what's right, waving old glory under that desert night.
Terror's got no place in this world we defend. With our allies in Israel, brothers to the end.
Oh, make America great, like Trump always said. Pro-conservative values from heart to head, and a terror and a commie and a lunacy too. Pro-America, pro-flag, red, white, and true. Standing strong with Israel, hand in hand we fight for freedom and faith under God's own light. Saddam's regime crumbled, we brought the light of day. No more hiding in shadows, we pay freedom's way. Trump knew the deal with walls and bold calls, kept the radicals running, built those embassy walls. Our bond with Israel, unbreakable chain against Hamas and hatred, we weather the rain.
Conservative values from heart to head, and I terror, commie, and a lunacy too. Pro-America, pro-flag, red, white, and true. Standing strong with Israel, hand in hand we fight for freedom and faith under God's own light.
No room for the socialists spinning their lies, or the crazies dividing with their wild-eyed cries. We honor our heroes, the ones who gave all for family, for country, answering the call. Trump led the charge with grit and with grace, keeping our nation in its rightful place. From Baghdad to Jerusalem, the eagle soars high with stars on our banner, touching the sky. We'll never back down, no surrender inside.
Pro-Trump, pro-values, we'll win this fight. Conservative values from heart to head, and I terror and I commie and I lunacy too. Pro-America, pro-flag, red, white, and true. Standing strong with Israel, hand in hand we fight for freedom and faith
forever inside.
I'll go waddled out with a slideshow scan, promising floods and fires, the end of the land. Polar bears drowning, cities under the sea. But here we are, dry as a bone, sipping sweet tea. John Kerry jet setting around the world in his plane, spewing more hot air than a summer hurricane. Ice caps melting, Manhattan underwater by now. What a joke, you lying old cow. None of it happened, not a damn thing they said. Just fear-mongering fools with holes in their head. It's the global warming hoax, climate change con, whatever they're calling it now, it's all wrong. A big fat lie for money and power, you see, sucking our wallets dry, stealing our liberty. From ozone holes to ice ages coming soon, acid rain melting our faces by noon. Overpopulation starving us all to death, peak oil running out, taking all bullcrap, a cult for the left-wing sheep. Religion of fear, but we ain't losing sleep. Remember the ozone hole, gonna fry us alive. Banning hairspray, what a load of jive. Then the coming ice age, freezing us in our tracks. Scientists screaming, but it was all hacks. As it rained, eating statues, killing the trees. But look around now, everything's fine, geez. Starvation from too many mouths to feed. Overpopulation panic, what a dumb creed. DDT killing birds, mass extinction doom. Pesticides wiping out life in the gloom. Oceans dying, dead as Lake Erie, they cried. Fish floating belly up, no place to hide. Y2K bug gonna crash the whole show. Planes falling, banks busting, chaos below. But nothing happens, zip, zero, zilch, nada. Just grifters grabbing grants, living like Rogers. All about control, taxing your every breath. Power hungry elites dancing with death. Now it's climate disruption, fancy new name. Same old scam, playing the blame game. Electric cars, force down your throat. Solar panels rusting, windmills a joke. They tax your cow farts, your truck's diesel roar. While they fly private jets, hypocrites to the core. Leftist religion, kneeling at the green altar. Cult of doom, but we won't falter. Predictions flopping like a fish on the dock. But they keep on preaching, tick-tock, tick-tock. It's the global warming hoax, climate change con. Whatever they're calling it now, it's all wrong. A big fat lie for money and power, you see. Sucking our wallets dry, stealing our liberty. From ozone holes to ice, age is coming soon. Acid rain melting our faces by noon. Overpopulation starving us all to death. Peak oil running out, taking our last breath. It's all bullcrap, a cult for the left-wing sheep. Religion of fear, but we ain't losing sleep. Yeah, keep your carbon credits and your electric dreams. We'll stick to the truth, busting at the seams. The sky ain't falling, chicken little crew. This hoax is over, we're done with you. God bless the real world, where facts still win. Y'all can shove your climate cold where the sun don't shine.
All right, hello everybody. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. My name's Ian. We are live tonight on YouTube, broadcasting worldwide on Starship Adventures. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I hate to admit it, but we were kind of sold a bill of goods by the Weather Service, but that's all right. I can explain why that happened, but we'll get to that later. Currently, no tornado warnings anywhere. We're currently looking at some... we have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings left, and that's it. The system moved a little faster, I think, than they were expecting, and it has mostly cleared the coast now, except down here in Florida, where we have had some pretty strong storms. I had it go through here about 30 minutes ago, and we had several 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts here, blowing stuff around outside. It was pretty good. So, you know, it's out there. Now, most of the line of thunderstorms, as you can see, the bad line of thunderstorms has now transitioned off the coast. And this back here is where we're looking at the major snow accumulations. You can see what that looks like coming off the lake. That is lake effect snow. That is very, very cold polar air that's coming over the top of the lake. And as it does, it condenses and creates snow. And that snow then flies through the air for a period of time, and then will continue to drop in the same spots over and over and over again. So you can definitely see that. And once all this transitions out, we may even get some additional lake effect snow over here on this lake. So there's just a lot of it going on right now. Not seeing it too much way over here on the left. However, right over here, we are seeing quite a bit of lake effect snow here as well. So Marquette, all the way over to Sault Ste. Marie, you are looking at some pretty heavy snow amounts coming in. Now, as this low pulls off, like I said, we're probably going to start seeing more lake effect snow over here on this other one. So where are all the tornadoes? Well, that's a really good question. Ryan Hall, y'all, I think, just switched to YALLBot about 30 minutes ago. It's pretty much, it did not materialize quite like they thought it would. There was still some pretty strong weather. There's still some damage, but not near as strong as they thought it was. Look at all this snow running down here. This is almost like a ground effect snow situation here. This is like... very strange, but you can see that. It looks like lake effect snow, but obviously it's not. But this is very cold conditions here to create these phenomenons. All right, and then all this is going to move off to the east, and then the low temperatures will move in. Let me see if I can do on my new radar here. Hi, Mama Kitty. Let's see if we can do... lightning, flash. I know they've got it here. Very strange. That is so weird. I saw that the other night. They had the oh, you know what it is? You got to go into the local radars. That's what it is. So what I need to do is I need to switch this to the local radar and then go into a local radar like this one right here. Okay, and then I bet you it's right there. Yeah, here we go. precipitation totals. This is showing you where there's been lots of snow accumulation. Let's go back up here and look over here. Wow. Yeah, there has been quite a bit of accumulation here. That's a 2-inch, 3-inch accumulation right there. So it's starting to really stack up here in Big Rapids, Cadillac, Muskegon, Grand Rapids. Kalamazoo probably in the inch and a half range right now. But this is storm total. It could be a little bit higher. But you can see here, this whole area up here has gotten quite a bit of snow. Not all these are showing it right. Yeah, there's quite a bit there. Yeah, 2 to 3 inches of snow there. But this is the area where they're really forecasting it to be coming down right now, over in this area. And you can kind of see it's pretty bad over here. I can't believe this is the only product they have for this. If I put it in snow mode, it just shows almost everything white. Look at that. That's all areas of accumulation. All right. All right, well, there we go. Let's go back to reflectivity. And let's see, we just don't have anything to really look at right now. There's no, the main line has moved offshore here. The only place we could go right now where there's any nasty weather at all is Naples. Naples pretty messed up right now. But it's just mostly rain. It's just mostly rain. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a pretty heavy line that you can see here moving from west to east. This is what just came through. My studio's right around here, and that line just came through here. Didn't hear much in the way of thunder, but now it's showing quite a bit of lightning coming down, so I don't know. And then it breaks up quite a bit as you come down here. But no warnings right now issued at all. The only warnings we have are, there is one tornado warning here now, finally. Let's see here. This is going to be a radar indicated tornado. Let me see if I can pull up a few scanners. Let's see, since we actually have what looks like it might be a little bit of a hook on there. Let's look at this in radio velocity mode. Yep, there's your possibly a little couplet right there. So Wyndham, you are next up for this, and it's going to go right over you pretty quick. And there is a potential for some damage here, although I don't want to overplay it. We're not seeing big super track storms or anything today. Let's see here. Let me get Broadcastify going. Get dashboards and actions, create dashboard. All right, here we go. This is going to be for Virginia, United States, Virginia. And shit, I didn't paste that anywhere. Let's see. Notepad. Oh, well, Matt, thank you. I really appreciate you plugging the show out there. It makes a big difference. And yeah, I'm always willing to work with people cooperatively. I will promote their channel. They can promote mine. I'll do whatever. I like to work with people. So yeah, absolutely. That's pretty cool. I like that. All right, let's see here. Let me get the info from this tornado warning again, since it's not in my clipboard. There we go. All right, I'm looking up this one right now. This one is interesting looking. Like I said, it's now coming into Wyndham. It's moving pretty fast. Goochland. They actually have a county called Goochland. Goochland Fire. Okay, that's up. Add feeds. United States. Virginia. And Herner. Man, they got some weird county names. Enrico.
Engine 319, Engine 313, and Truck 319. Fire alarm hazard class special. 4401, Pouncey Track Road, Station 19th District. 4401, Pouncey Track Road, on TAC 6. Timeout. 2022.
All right, and that third one is Hanover.
For the eastern part of Houston County. Going towards Hanover and Shore Pump area, the entire eastern part of Houston County is under a tornado warning at 2022.
All right, I've got up Skywarn for the area, amateur radios, Hanover County, Hanover Division Fire, Goochland Fire and EMS, and Hanover County Emergency Management. All that is up. And using left and right ears separately tonight, guys, as always. That way it's easier to hear different transmissions. All right, this is Starship Adventures. My name's Ian. The show is called The Sights and Sounds of Earth, and we are on tonight. We're on an hour early tonight because we were expecting very severe weather.
Hanover County is now under a tornado warning again. Hanover County is now under a tornado warning. Time of announcement, 2023 hours.
I can't believe in 2026. That's the best voice we can come up with on the AI. Oh my God, I wish they could do better. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I lived through the lockdowns in Florida, so it's not fair. We did the 2 weeks to do the curve, and that was it. We pretty much just went back to normal. We didn't do any of that bullshit.
Like the weather out and conditions on your side of the county are indicating.
Yeah, they're en route.
10-4, sir. We're almost there. Right now it's pretty calm, but we'll make short work of it.
At Monterey, 810, Willamette Avenue, Cross Street, Woodrow Avenue and Crenshaw Avenue, Station 1's District, 810, Willamette Avenue, on TAC 5, timeout, 2024.
That voice was a little better, but that one sounds a little methed out or something. Time 2024. I miss the real dispatchers, truthfully.
Radio to ambulance 306, come up on D2.
611,
Engine 611.
on scene with GCSO. Got a tree blocking the entire roadway on Route 6. We'll be investigating all of us.
I'll be on scene with GCSO, tree blocking the whole roadway, 2025.
Yeah, a dispatch, I have no idea. I know people have been coming in here spoofing my other members' names. I found out that's been going on, so I'm not sure. They'll make a channel with the same name as one of my mods or one of my regular viewers or whatever, and then they come in and they act like they're them, and I really hate that. It's just another form of harassment. But that's okay. I wish they would just come in and debate me, but they don't like to do that because I whoop their ass. All right, so we are watching live coverage of what's left of the exiting storm system here. And this is truly an exiting storm system. Let's take a look at what this looks like on the satellite here. This is the satellite imagery. This is not radar. So what this is showing you is the cold cloud tops. So as you see the warmer colors, that's the cold cloud tops. And you can see here, other than Florida, it's pretty much an over and done with. We still have quite a bit of cloud cover down here in Florida associated with the tail end of this thing. And then that's it. You can see now moving off of the Outer Banks. There's the Outer Banks. And the high cloud tops now moving off the Outer Banks.
2400 East Parham Road, Apartment 11B, Cross Street, Woodman Road, Station 20th District. 2400 East Parham Road, Apartment 11B, on tax force, timeout, 2027.
I wish I didn't have to work today. I would have loved to cover this, although from what I literally listened to Ryan Hall, y'all, on the way home, and it sounded like it was kind of a bust. So there you go. Let's look at the outlook. This is the current outlook. You can see they've moved it. They've taken the red away. They've now moved the orange right over to the coast. And that will all update here in the next few hours, and most of this is now going to go away. But that's the current outlook. And we can also run our models forward. This is a composite model, and we're able to kind of run our model forward and see that it will clear the Outer Banks here in the next hour. And then that whippersnapper back here is where the snow is going to get really, really bad tonight up in this area. You can see the, let me go back to the composite radar. Look at the snow dome up here. It's just a complete deal here. This is a mesoscale discussion for areas of West Virginia into Ohio and western Pennsylvania. Heavy snow. A swath of moderate to heavy snow will spread north-northeast in the coming hours. Snowfall rates will increase to 1 to 2 inches per hour. And so this has just got the potential to be quite a snow event for people inside this big elliptical right here, this blue line that you can see me running my mouse around. People in that area, Pennsylvania, Virginia, you could wake up to a foot of snow in the morning. Could. I will tell you that a lot of the other things they predicted have not come true. I think the snow side of this storm is going to be formidable, but I don't think that the tornado side was quite what they thought it was going to be. Well, Carlotta is always a smartass. You should know that by now. I mean, her and I were together for a while. We're still good friends. She works out of the studio here sometimes. Yeah, so I appreciate it, Dispatch. No, I don't know. But Carlotta's always a smartass. That's the way she is. She's funny. She's smartass that way. And yes, she offends people every now and then. That's kind of the way she is. It's okay, though. Yeah, you just have to remember in these chat rooms to not get upset over things. People are going to say whatever. You don't even know if the same person you're talking to tonight is the same person you were talking to last night. You hope it is. But I try not to get upset about what I see in the chat. Now, sometimes I do get passionate about it and I talk about it and all that. But the truth is, I really don't let it bother me too bad. I try to just let it roll off.
Station 17th District, 207, Walsing Drive, on tax 5, timeout, 2031.
Station 3 car 1. Station 631 en route, Madison Road.
Yeah, Carlotta's got this thing about, well, and I'll be honest, I kind of feel this way a little bit, but not like she does. And even Trey, my host, and my call screener, several of my other friends, they all kind of feel the same way about the whole, what we call hopes and prayers type stuff. And she just overreacts to it, and she gets nasty about it. But that's just the way she is. There's no disrespect intended. She just doesn't like the whole pray for me, pray for you. I feel for me, I feel for you. I do. A lot of that, all that emotional stuff you see online, especially on like Facebook and things like that, it's just shallow. And I think that's probably where she was coming from. But just don't take offense to it. She's abrupt. That's the way she is. Truthfully, that's one of the reasons I love her. So there you go. Captain's log. Stardate 259478. We've aborted the mission because the blizzard, it refuses to provide a safe place, and we don't know where to go. The crew is currently in therapy to process the toxic wind chill that we've experienced. All right, so my Shatner's terrible. So there you go. That's more Shatner than I've done in a year. So there you go. I got some, like, I do Bill Clinton pretty good, but I can't do Bill Shatner that well. Yeah, dispatch, please understand she's a great person. She's very abrupt. She goes like the wind, and just don't take offense. She meant none, I can tell you that. I love that voice. You know, with Bill Shatner, the pacing is the number one thing. If you can get the pacing down, then you can start working on the rest of it. But yeah. Okay, so it looks like we do still have that tornado warning here. Let me see what counties it's in now. Okay, I've got Hanover. We're listening to Hanover.
Louisa's showing an accident to 146 with Gooch one on it. We've got 155 and 156.
Radar Max 05, copy that. Are we responding in now?
Yeah, 602 from R1. Here, Jimmy, you should be on 660 round.
Yeah, we're going to see some big temperature changes with this storm. 50-degree shifts in one day.
We're getting it at the 64 eastbound at the 155 single vehicle blue Toyota RAV4.
Engine 313, service call, Pump Road, at Sandy Bluff Drive, Station 13th District, Pump Road, at Sandy Bluff Drive, on TAC 5, timeout, 2035. Engine 316. Service call. 2027. Lauderdale Drive. Cross Street. John Ross Parkway and Cambridge Road. Station 411 District. 2027. Lauderdale Drive. On tax Station 11 District. County 36. Time of 2036.
Wow.
Car 1 Group. Car 1. Battalion 601's handling the eastern sector. Battalion 602's got the central. Car 4's got the west. I'm going to route to the ECC to give you guys a hand. 23-6. Car 2 to Car 1. I'm back in the county also.
I don't know. I guess there is a little couplet on this one. It isn't very well defined. You got to remember, we're not out in big tornado country here. This is the East Coast. And this is also kind of the second line of storms. This is not the first. It's the second. So this one tends to not be as strong sometimes. So I don't know. I don't really see a whole lot here, but I understand why they issued on it.
Eastbound just before the 8th, so like this. Not further. Have units from 6 continue to go to 155.
Let's see if
Engine 411, I show you en route to Scotchtown Road and Mountain Road, Scotchtown Mountain Road, Fort Oak, wires down,
John Ross
possibly
Parkway
across
and
the
Cambridge
roadway.
Court. Station 13th
The
District.
tree is also down,
2047. Lauderdale Drive.
advising
Contact
that
5.
has potential for
Time
cars
out.
to touch the line.
2037.
There is a secondary tree that's also down that the caller advises that they're going to be clearing out for the fire department to get through.
Just before Hayesville and Eastbound Lane. There's no accident. 23 Yankee. Bring you to engine 309.
I think we should get those Trump and all emergency kits. I really think that's what we need is a Trump and all emergency kit. And then we can start like parachuting the kits down onto the and so the people can just use them. I think that would be so good.
We're still working on making it. If I have Dominion on this tree,
Ambulance 4.
I think it's a winner. Chicken dinner.
I'm treating it as live lines on the ground, see if they can get someone out here to at least kill the person.
2039.
2039.
You put a request in for community power to respond to this location.
10-4, 2039.
Car 4 to Goose on that with 4 vehicles. Looks like they may have hit a tree.
FR 411.
Down just before Hayesville.
You can actually call it in here 411.
2039. See if I see
En route
the
2039.
way also. They have to get it around. Okay, I'm gonna go check on injuries and then.
Engine 411, FR 411, you can utilize TAC 5, TAC 5.
All units be advised Chisholm Hospital is being evacuated and advised to transport to closest appropriate hospital.
Engine 611 copies the automatic crash notification will be en route from station 1.
20.
Engine 410. Wire sound. 10297. Hyphen Drive. 301. Engine 410. Location in track. Wire sound. 4211. 10296. Hyphen Drive. Cross Tracer. Station 1 Lake Green Drive. 4211. Station 10 District. Tax dispatch. Time out. 2040. 2040.
See, what I really think we should do with these protests, we can actually come in with choppers and we can drop these specialized med kits from the chopper. They've got little parachutes on them. The parachutes say Trump and all on them. It's pretty cool. And they fly down from the helicopter and they land right on the road and you just pick the thing up and there's everything you need in there. I mean, everything you need. If they're feeling bad about their country, you've got extra strength Trumpanol. If their thighs are rubbing together in those costumes, they got the thigh cream there and the Trumpanol overreaction ointment. They can put on one of the patches so they get a nice even medication. They can eat the gummy bears. They can take the MAGA drops in their ears and the Trump drops in their eyes. Everything you need is right here. Even for women, they've got the Trumpamidol, Trumpadol, and even if you're bored because your wife won't leave the protest, you can go back to your car and there's MAGA tugging cream right there. So there's always something for you to do no matter where you are, and this may help you and your wife get back to a normal life. So I strongly recommend it. And I also think that we should consider funding this project to drop these kits from helicopters over these protests.
Hey, Brian, we found an Ocelot over here, but there's no keys in it. Everything here looks 10-4.
Yes, Victor, make Greenland great again. I agree. I think the best way to make Greenland great is for us to just buy it.
From that knock box to the Charlie side where
We'll just buy it. We'll pay cash. We'll pick it up and we'll head for the checkout. Yeah, I've got a new medication coming out. I don't have the graphic yet, but I've already made it, but I made it. It work and not here, so I've got to get it's at work. Anyway, I'll get this put in, and you guys can enjoy it, but it's a brand new product. You guys are going to think it's great, I think. So, how about a Trump weight loss program? I mean, this stuff's really good. I think it's called Trump Zempic. It's a needle with orange stuff in it. Yeah, Drake. I'm done with it, but he's probably going to liberate Cuba too. Why not? I guess. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing with these countries. Are you liberating them? What are you doing? Because they're under this horrible regime that's been oppressing them for years. And truthfully, the people want democracy. They want freedom. But I'm done nation building. I don't want to spend another piece of our blood, a piece of our soldier. I don't want to put a piece of our equipment or nothing. Now, if we can assist in some other way or just whatever, but I don't want boots on the ground. I don't want nation building.
2400 eastbound road, fire alarm's going off again, but we have a station on the stretcher.
631. And over 2044. Down 1601 Madison Road, at House 56, English for clear. At 10-4, 2043.
Tippler, you need Dominion to respond.
All right. There you go. There you go, dispatch. I appreciate all you do in here. I really do. All right, so let's see here. And that tornado warning has now been allowed to expire. So that's it. We're back to no tornado warnings now. We currently have a number of severe thunderstorm warnings. I think, and when I say a number, I mean 5.
Washington Highway and Davis Road. Electrical hazard. Solid wire down. Washington Highway and Davis Road. Station Solid Road. Tag dispatch on tag 2045. 2044.
All right, Hanover County just went down, so that probably means a power outage wherever the scanner is located.
Fire alarm hazard class special. 2400.
I can't believe this is all we're watching right now. This is it. It's about to go off the shore here, and that's going to be it.
2400 East Param
And
Road.
Mark 401, are you on scene? Do you have an update that I can provide to you?
2045.
Dominion?
Negative, but we have a park power pole. We're going to need them to work to do anything about it.
And I've been checking for protests. I looked earlier for protesters. I don't see anything. If you guys find any live videos of protesting, that's pretty much what I'm looking for right now. Or any other videos that are cool. I don't know. There's really not much to show tonight. In the center there from the AP, the Associated Depressed, I have a live shot of Tel Aviv. Upper right, a storm chaser, moderate motley, and on the upper left, that's Ryan Miller. He's a storm chaser as well, and storm chaser Matthew Lesser in the center window on the left. And then we got Fox Weather down there, and I've got the new radar I'm using. I'm getting used to it. There's a few things I don't like about it, but I'm going to work on it. Weather-wise is what it's called. I don't like the wimpy little pussy noises it makes when bad things happen. So I need to find a way to change out the sound effects in it. It's like a tornado emergency, and it goes ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, no, that needs to be, you know what I mean?
Engines 401 and 410, truck 413, and battalion 402. Fire alarm, commercial 201, Junction Drive. Engines 401 and 410, truck 413, and battalion 402. Fire alarm, commercial 201, Junction Drive. Cross streets are Cottage Green Drive and South Hills Carter Parkway.
Okay, let's see here.
District. Task 6. Time out 2047.
Yeah, anytime Carlotta comes in, just play along. She's just being fun. All right, let's see. She's crazy. That's what I love about her. Okay. All right, so right now it looks like most of this is going through South Florida now, and you can see it's made its way down south of Naples, working its way along what we call the East Trail down there. US 41 eventually turns to the east in downtown Naples, and it starts heading across the state and goes by Alligator Alcatraz on the way to southern Miami. That's called the Tamiami Trail, or the Tampa-Miami Trail, and that's the East Trail, which is the part of the trail that goes from Naples and makes the curve and goes out through the end of the county there. That's also Marco Island, very ritzy area down there, and then just below that, that big gray area right here, all the way down to here, this is called the 10,000 Island Chain, and lots of islands down there. As you can see, look at the islands. It's kind of crazy. You can't go enjoy yourself down there. The cops pull you over every hour or two. Last time Trey Radel went down there with his son and a friend and his son, they went down there. They were stopped on the way down at gunpoint, bags searched, ID ran. And then they were stopped on the island in the evening as they had a campfire. They were approached by men wearing masks from across the island. And they turned out to be cops. The kids were scared, crying. It was terrible. And then they woke up the next morning to Coast Guard there, checking all their life vests, running their names, going through their bags. And the kids said they never wanted to go through that mess ever again. So thank you, police, for making what was going to be a great family outing for some friends an absolute bullshit day and night. But whatever. The area down there has become so over-policed that you cannot enjoy yourself. It's gotten that way even up in the river up here, up near where I live up here. In this river, this Caloosahatchee here, if you go out there in a boat, you will get pulled over. Everybody that goes out in the boat gets pulled over. And they run your names. See, in a car, they can't pull you over unless they have probable cause. In a boat, they can do safety inspections. They pull you over for absolutely no reason at all. And that's another reason why I won't even get on a boat. because they don't even need a reason to pull you over. They don't need a reason to run your name. They don't need a reason to find out what you're doing, where you're going, check your cargo holds, go through your bags. It's ridiculous. And so there's a lot of people down here like me that gave up the water years ago because of the over-aggressive policing that goes on out there. And if nobody's having fun, then nobody's going to do it. And I almost think the cops are like that because they just don't want a bunch of people out on the water. It's too hard to police. And so they are just very aggressive. And what that ends up doing is it discourages people from bringing their family out or buying a boat or whatever. And it is absolutely true that they are extremely aggressive down here. Now, you know, a lot of our counties, the cops are fine. Now, in my county, we got a tyrant for a sheriff, so it's a little weird here. We got a sheriff that literally lied about his application to get the job and his certification. And we've got a sheriff here that doesn't feel like he needs to tell the media anything. And so he's at odds with all the media people here and everything. But all the counties in the surrounding counties have great sheriffs. I like them all. In fact, I know one of them. And so it's very interesting how it works down here in Florida. You're either in an area that's over-policed by a tyrant, or you're in an area that is actually pretty nice and everything works well. So it's one of those kind of things. And I think you guys can probably relate. You've probably lived in one or the other or both of those kind of places at some point in your life. We need the police, but we need them to be respectful, and we need them to respect our civil rights. And when they're pulling people over and pointing guns at them and shit, and all they're doing is they got their family out in a boat. That's all they're doing. Their family's in a boat, 100% legal, no drugs. They didn't even have, they had like beers that they were drinking, the two men. And that's it. They had nothing else with them, no guns, no nothing. And they checked them over and over and over again. There's just no reason for being over-policed like that. You can drink beer on land, and I think if your boat's moored, I don't know. See, you can't drink an open beer in your car unless your car is parked on private property. But that wouldn't count in the water because there is no private property in the water. So yeah, I don't think you can have an open container on a boat, but I'm not sure. I haven't been a cop in 25 years, so it's been a long time for me. Yeah, I don't like open container laws. And I'll tell you why I don't like open container laws, because they're literally arresting you for something you might do. They're arresting you because you might get drunk. They're arresting you because you might drink too much. I don't like that. I like people being arrested for honest-to-goodness crimes that we can prosecute them and put them in jail for. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see useless, stupid little prosecutions for stupid things. It needs to count. It needs to be important. Taking someone's freedom is a big deal. And scaring children like that is just not good. Truthfully, I wouldn't go out in a boat, and I don't drink beer, so I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, they've just gone hog wild on policing the water down here. Every sheriff's department, every city police, the state of Florida, the Coast Guard, the Marine Patrol, the Florida Fish and Game and Wildlife Commission, they are all out there with their own fleets of boats, and every one of them has the authority to pull you over for nothing. It's crazy. No thank you. Lots of marine warnings up here. These are all marine warnings. Special marine warning. Also a gale warning for overnight. A gale warning all along the coast here for overnight.
Yes, ma'am. If you're ready to copy the homeowner's number, I can get that to you now to pass on the red car.
Yeah, lots of wind tonight. It's going to get really windy. We had some pretty good wind gusts here, and we don't get a lot of wind down here in Florida. If we get wind, it's because there's a tornado or a hurricane. All right, mostly a hurricane.
Seaboard, does say it's down those lines. I'm trying to verify it might actually be an electrical.
Last name one more time. Mission Company 3, fire rescue. Respond to the area. Woodville Road, Grocery Road. Woodville Road, Grocery Road. Report of a traffic accident. Unknown injury. 10-4, 2056.
Dominion about 1731 skip with
En route.
small branch in the line right across from that address. Not on fire.
631 route.
Battalion 42 that is going to be down with power lines. Do you want to assign that?
630 responding. To the accident or to Brook Run? To the accident. 630 en route to the accident at 2056.
We can hold it.
637 en route.
We add it to the list for Dominion Power.
637 en route to the accident at 2057.
Seaboard. We also have one for Green Bay that just came in.
Hey, we're good. You can come on out. Grab the water.
We're establishing the Fire Department Operations Center will be identified as County Command. Right, County Command Engine 631. Which incident are you en route to?
FR 411
Route to structure fire.
They just...
Seaboard 411.
That's a single company response at this time. Available
Damn it.
at 637.
This is Goochland County in Virginia. They just established a countywide command post, and they're handling multiple calls. Well, we're a little early. We just now should be going on, so that could be part of it, possibly. So anyway, let's do a reset here. Hello, everybody. My name is Ian. This is Starship Adventures. It's now 9 o'clock when we normally would be going on the air. However, we are at this point continuing our live coverage of the the weather moving through the east. Do you want to do the opening, Mama? No? Okay. And yeah, so basically we've been covering this for about an hour now. This not near as strong as they originally told us it was going to be. We're just not seeing... boy, that camera is really getting shoved around there in that wind. Look at that. We actually are watching some pretty strong weather coming through right now. And you can see there, the wind is really moving this camera around quite a bit.
Gonna be transporting 1 to Forest with 1 right along. Beginning mileage is 110.994.
All right, we're listening to live scanners from Hanover County, Henrico County, and also Goochland County, all in Virginia. This is where the last tornado warning is. There is no more tornado warnings right now.
At 2037. We do have 1 pine tree partially blocking lane 1 and completely blocking lane 2. Just use caution coming through there. Okay, I'm correct. Thank you.
FR 411 on 1.
FR 411.
92601. That's going to be past.
They can show us one scene. 2 vehicle accidents. 2 trees. 2 vehicles in a tree.
A lot of these trolls, man, they get their thing and they make a new name and they go to other sites and that's just the way they are. They're fakes. They're kind of fake people to begin with a lot of times. Oh, I think my Tel Aviv one just rotated.
North. Scratch that page above. We are able to get around it. So all units use caution.
10-4, copy, 3 blocks to River Ridge, Brook, 2100.
Engine 42.
Address is going to be 15222 Verdon Road. Verdon Road is currently blocked.
136 Command and County Command.
Seaboard, this is separate from the motor vehicle accident. Discrete.
No, I don't see anything there.
Engine 412. Transformer fire. 8222. Flanagan Mill Road. Engine 412. Transformer fire. 8222. Flanagan Mill Road. Cross streets are Rabbit Trail and Old Church Road. Station 12 District. TAC. Dispatch. Timeout 2101.
One vehicle off the left shoulder. We'll be able to open up lane 2 here momentarily.
We do have one vehicle on the top of the tree. On the right way.
All right, hello everybody that's joining us for our regular show. We've been on for an hour already because of this weather, but it turned out not to be near as bad as we were promised. The National Weather Service issued a very high convective outlook for this area, and we just haven't really seen it. It was kind of bad earlier. There was a couple of tornadoes earlier, but they weren't that bad. So there you go.
All units be advised, just before the Gum Springs exit on 64, lane 2 is blocked by a tree. We have a 158.4. County Commander Station 4 calls for wind cell phone. County Commander Station 4 calls for wind cell phone.
Atlantic City reporting heavy storms and rain. Thank you for that. You'll never forget it. There you go. Sometimes I have to look twice when all the spaces are gone to figure out what it is. I love screen names, but sometimes they're a challenge. That was a good one though. You'll never forget it.
Nothing at lift inside Alpha. Lieutenant Johnson be established command. Looks like residents have been evacuated.
Yeah. And we are listening to live scanner feeds out of Virginia, where this major. We did have a slight rotation a little while ago, but they've allowed it to expire. I'm keeping these scanners up. They are very active.
1373 Euro West. Got a bunch of tree debris blocking the eastbound lane, westbound still passable.
Yep. All right, and boy, that camera is really still getting buffeted there. I'm going to find another one here. Let's find another one that's right in front of this line right here.
Be advised, there's several trees down in lane 2 on 64 East, just before the Gum Springs exit. Copy. You're working for car 4 for any further traffic.
Ooh, what the hell was that just popped up? Okay, a new mesoscales discussion just popped up. Let's see if that's over here on our outlooks. Yeah, see this red circle right here? It's a mesoscale discussion.
Station 21 District, 705.
Okay, so they're thinking there might be some severe weather in this elliptical right here. So, okay, we've got 2 observed severe thunderstorm warnings. All right, some heavy rain coming through Dale City now, on the way to Waldorf, and it's also going to go right through D.C. Look at that. There's Washington, D.C., the cradle of power in the world.
I'm going to switch to tactics.
All right, so there we go. Let me see if I can put this in motion. And let's switch to the local radar, put this in motion. Okay, so it looks like some of this is really getting into the Washington area, but I don't see any really strong anything up there. It looks like just rain. I'm sick of the government spending my tax money to show me ads telling me to slow down on the highway. You know what? I'll go as damn fast as I want to, first of all. If you don't like it, write me a ticket. Number two,
Copy a full number.
I'm sick of my money being spent on these damn ads that they're paying to run. They run them on my radio station. They run ads about your taxes and ads about speeding on the highway, and they run ads about watering your lawn, and they run ads about using the right fertilizer for summer and the right fertilizer for winter. And they've got ads about everything, recycling cans, what to put in your recycle. These are all paid ads being paid for by our tax money. I don't want my tax money being paid for ads. If I need to know what day the garbage goes out, by God, I'll look it up myself. I don't need the constant propaganda. We might as well have Channel 1 like in Russia, and you can just sit there and watch the Kremlin all night long and find out what's going on in your big, beautiful world. I just think it's done. It should be over with. I can't believe how much advertising is done by our government back at us again to get us to comply, to get us to do things better or do things right or do things the way they want us to do them. You guys have no idea how many billions of dollars is spent with private broadcast companies to put on ads to preach to you about driving slower or putting on your seatbelt or using a child restraint seat or checking your tire depth, or it's just absolutely stupid, all the ads. Now, granted, some of those are freebie PSA ads, but those usually run in the middle of the night. They actually pay to put these ads on. There's one running right now from the state of Florida. Oh, I'm pissed about this too. I even wrote a letter up there. There's an ad running on my station from the Florida, it's from the Florida Department of Agriculture, and it's reminding us to buy natural food from our grocery stores that's grown in Florida to make the best salads. Now, I'm sorry, but that's a complete waste of my money. First of all, I don't even eat salad. Second of all, there's a division in the government that all they do is regulate the shit out of agriculture. And then they turn around and run ads to remind you to eat the agriculture that managed to get grown despite all their obstructive efforts. This is the way government is. They literally come out and they stifle you as a farmer. They prevent you from watering. They prevent you from doing this. They won't let you use certain kinds of fertilizer. They won't let you do this and that. It's ridiculous, the over-regulation. And then they turn around and spend $200,000 on an ad buy to go on my radio station to convince my listeners to buy these products that barely got made because of all the over-regulation. Do you guys see how stupid this is? Our government just does the stupidest things, and nobody ever calls them on it. Hi, Mama. God, there's just not much left to this, guys. I hate to say it. We're sitting here watching the it's in its death throes here. This is just about to go offshore. Once this last line right here goes offshore, we're done. All except down here. We're still watching. Here's the Key West radar. We're still watching this mess down here in South Florida as it finally progresses It's going to go through Miami here in about an hour or so. And that's it. It's going to go move off the coast over the Keys, and it will be gone. And then the cold weather will filter down. We're going to have some colder weather here as well. But that's the last of the system right there. There's the Tampa radar. Again, that's the last of the system right there. Mama bleep. Oh my God. Some of these videos I play, just the ads come every 3 minutes. I don't know how I can even keep up with it.
Way to 64 eastbound is open. First waiting on record now. Yeah.
Copy lane 264 east is open, waiting on record now, 2112.
What's wrong? Matt?
Engine 408. Wire down. 15262.
You got food, you got water. I don't know what could be wrong.
Engine 408. Wire down. 15262. Robert Tyrrell Road. Cross streets are West Patrick Henry Road in Newfound Hills, Maine. Station 8. District. Tag dispatch. Time out 2112.
These places just keep playing the same tired videos. There's one on here, spoof video. It's still playing the missile attacks from like the 28th of last month. It's ridiculous.
We've driven around this area. We're unable to find any arcing lines, down power lines, anybody out there.
Hey, 660 to car 4.
How has Junior been? I'm not sure. You're talking about Daddy Kitty. Daddy Kitty's doing pretty good. He's basically decided he's living in my bedroom now. He doesn't come out. He doesn't want to come out. But he's an old man. If that's what he wants to do, he sits in there and watches Hunter reruns all day long. I put different stuff on him. Sometimes I put on like old sci-fi shows like Space 1999 or Battlestar Galactica. I'll find a channel that's like playing it all day long, and I'll just put that on for the cats. Yeah, they like old space shows, but they like Hunter for some reason. That old show, I don't know why. Something Carlotta started putting on for him a few years ago, and to this day, sometimes I'll put Hunter on for him. Oh, Junior, I don't know. I haven't heard from him. You probably saw him the last time I did. A lot of people come and go in the chat, and I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if this something I said, or did they just find someone else to watch, or it is what it is. It happens everywhere. It's just a lot of places don't have real-time chat like we do. Look at that upper left, man. It is really, that snow is really coming down there. But that must be an old video because it should be dark there right now. All right, I'm not sure. I know that I'm only going to stay on so long tonight. I'm tired and I'm going to be going. I came straight home from work. I got off work about 10 minutes early, and I drove home as quick as I could. We pre-recorded out the whole last hour. I get home, and I had 15 minutes to get this on the air, and I got it on the air. I have not ate dinner. I have not even gotten out of my work clothes yet. So I'm going to go for about another 45 minutes, and then I'm going to be signing off tonight. Yep. Yeah, the air, we're even going to get some cooler air down here. Our high tomorrow is 69, which is pretty rare for us. That's not frigid, but that's nice. A high of 69, that's the perfect day to go out and work in your yard because we're going to have a great sun. Sun will be up. It'll be great. And 69. Sun and 69, it's perfect. It's perfect for volleyball. It's perfect for whatever you want to do. It's a little chilly for the beach. What's wrong, Mama? What's wrong? When did that happen? Just now? What's wrong? Talk to me. I gotta mic you up so they can hear you at home. This cat, she'll be walking around with a lavalier mic clipped to her hair. Oh, Mama. Hey, no problem, Victor. I love doing it. Yeah. I remember Junior. I don't know what happened to him. Hopefully he'll come back. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Well, there you go. The Irish is one of the few people you can still make fun of legally. That's a little joke around the station, but it's true. You can't talk about any other race of people, but you can talk about the Irish all day long. They're a bunch of drunks. I'm just kidding. Think about it. Think about how hard it is to be a comic today. I will say it's kind of relaxed some since Trump got back in office, but it's difficult. When I was a kid, I grew up listening to jokes about everybody. Jokes about white people, jokes about black people, jokes about Hispanic people, jokes about Guatemalan people, jokes about people from the Philippines, jokes about people from Europe, jokes about people from Africa, jokes about people from the Middle East. The funniest thing in the world is to watch a funny black guy like Chappelle, who's one of my favorite comics ever, and watch him sit up there and trash white guys. I love it. It's just funny. And I love when white comedians can get up there and trash whoever they want. That's what comedy is. Comedy is at the intersection of uncomfortability and timing. And the problem is, nowadays, it just seems like, and it was worse a year ago than it is now, but it just seems like you can't make fun of anybody anymore. You can't joke about anybody anymore. You're not allowed to do voices about anybody. You know what? I've decided if I want to do a voice, I'm going to do a voice. If I want to go, hello, put that down, Homer Simpson. If I want to do that, I'm going to do it. I am. If I want to do a gay voice or a Hispanic voice or what, I'm going to do it. We have got to stop sacrificing humor and spontaneity and all the things that make life fun, because everybody gets offended so easily nowadays. Everybody's a God-blessed snowflake. I can't stand it. And I'm sick of it. I did a little stand-up here and there. I enjoyed it. I couldn't do a lot of what I used to do. I did voices. I did imitations. I did funny stuff like that, where I would do all the different presidents, and I would have like a conversation between two people and stuff. You can't do that kind of humor no more. And it sucks to be a comic because you can't make fun of anything anymore. Yes, truth. In order for something to be funny, it has to take something truthful and make it uncomfortable with timing. That's humor. And it sucks because I try to get into it. I try to do it. I try to make humor. I love making people laugh. And I just really feel like it's been taken away from me. Howie Mandel's Bobby is amazing.
Broadway Avenue, Cross Street, Hertford Road is 2nd Avenue, Station 20th District, 8412, Broadway Avenue, on Path 5, time out.
I just wish people would stop. Hold on just a second.
Copy 401, then route 46 on
Copy, clear patient refusal, being turned over to DSO at 2120.
Engine 408.
Okay, poll number 480. 0074. 320 Alpha. 0074873. Power line down. I'll put a tree into a residence stereo.
All right, guys, I got to take a break. I'm going to leave the scanner on for you. I need a few minutes. The wind has blown down something behind my house, and it's up against my electrical box, and I've lost most of my outdoor lighting. So let me go figure out what's wrong. I'll be right back.
4-1 copy.
Engine 412, okay?
10-4.
2122. FR 411, okay?
All right, I'm back. I don't live in the best neighborhood, so I've got like lighting on my four corners of my property and up on my big tower, and I don't even like those being off even for a short period of time. So I just realized they were off, and I went out there to get them back on, and now everything's back on again. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outdoor lights. And I've got 3 cameras that are pan tilt zoom. One of them's a single, one's a double, and one's a triple. Plus I have a security camera system as well. That I have 3 cameras that still work on it. Many of those have gone down because it's been here a while. And it was here during the hurricane. So, but I have lots of security cameras on 4 different systems. I can dial into all of them from remote. It's really cool because, you know, I can keep an eye on my property, whether I'm here or whether I'm somewhere else. But the problem is, 2 of those cameras, the power runs off the power system that runs my other, that runs all my other stuff. So if my power, if something happens to my lighting system, a lot of my cameras aren't working either, unfortunately. So I had to fix that real quick. All right.
25 fire, special attention brush 659.
Well, that tree has pulled those lines down pretty low on this side of it, so just be cognizant of that when you come under.
Copy, thank you.
Hanover's battalion 402.
Company 5 fire, special attention brush 659.
Make you aware of a tree down Hickory Hill, Old Ridge Road.
Car 1, reported a tree down, blocking the entire road. Take a look at it. 2120.
Okay, I see it. We'll hold that till FR 401 clears the other one.
Okay. Since this storm is petering out here, let me see what else we got going on. I've already looked for protests, but couldn't find anything. You guys let me know if you find something. Okay, so let's talk about this storm system. Severe storm slams the East Coast. Historic blizzard paralyzes the Midwest. Analysis, why the rare East Coast severe weather threat failed to become a major outbreak. Millions of Americans along the East Coast were breathing a sigh of relief as the monster March storm largely failed to deliver the widespread destruction that many feared. Despite over 120 reports of wind damage and a flurry of warnings across a half dozen states, the day is ending without any major damage. The Fox Forecast Center is breaking down why the rare threat never materialized. One of the primary reasons Monday's rare risk failed to manifest as a historic outbreak was a meteorological phenomenon often called convective contamination. Although in the morning a series of early bird showers and thunderstorms developed well ahead of the primary cold front, these storms acted like atmospheric sponges, gobbling up the instability and moisture that was ahead, or the convective available potential energy, or CAPE. When these storms went out ahead like that, what they did was they would go out ahead of the main line of storms and soak up all the energy. And then when the main line of storms gets there, it can't get as strong as it did before. Kind of like how we backburn in brush fires. You burn out all of the stuff in between, and that way it doesn't have any energy when it gets there. By the time the cold front arrived, the air had been worked over, leaving the environment starved of fuel necessary for explosive storm growth or long-track tornadoes. This outcome highlighted a significant failure in the computer forecast models, which had struggled to predict just how much this early rain would stabilize the atmosphere. Most high-resolution models overestimated the daytime heating, failing to realize that the thick cloud cover and early morning rain would act as a shock absorber along the I-95 corridor. Because the instability was so severely lacking, the atmosphere was never able to recover its energy, proving that even the most... What? Okay, we just got a tornado warning in Florida. Let me get to that. Stand by. I just heard it over SARNet from one of the guys on SARNet, K4NRD. This is coming off of the lake here. Let's see here. I have no cameras, so we're just going to have to do this on the radar here. It is reaching the eastern bank of Lake Okeechobee, one of the largest lakes in the country, and it is just exiting off the edge of the lake there, and they have issued a tornado warning for this particular cell. I'm going to get rid of these two here now since the storm has passed there, and we're going to go ahead and put this thing in split view so we can analyze this tornado warning. Not a real big couplet, but there's a little one there. Right near Pahokee.
National Weather Service Office Miami has issued a tornado warning for northwestern Palm Beach County. At 9:21 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Pahokee, moving to the east at 35 miles an hour. The locations impacted include Pahokee, Canal Point, and Fredman Village, Paget Island. If you are in or near those areas, take your tornado precautions now, and also tune into local media and your Weather Service radio for additional detail. K4NRD is clear.
All right, that via K4NRD on the SARNet statewide repeater system here in Florida.
K4NRD, the chart that was in West Palm Beach has resulted in West Palm Beach being removed from the network. F3s and WB4HI.
And they're always policing the radios. Somebody said something on one of the repeaters they didn't like, so they shut that repeater off the network now for 24 hours. They're power trippers, man. They're bad news. I don't even talk on that channel anymore. I listen to it when there's storms, but I don't even talk on it no more. The government's taking it over, and the people that are on it are just a bunch of Karens that love power tripping, and so I don't even bother with it.
K4NRD, this is KD5, ZBW.
Merlin, in certain respects, I understand what you're saying. That should be just about right, SOCOM. 3 years.
You know, if it gets too intense, you will see various colors come from a funnel cloud if you're close enough.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay far enough away from the area because it's really hard to get pictures even when it's raining. So I'm sort of on the edge of the rain. So hopefully I'll be outside of the tornado zone.
Yeah, they're tough to see at night, especially if they're rain wrapped.
Okay, so there we go. I'll turn that down a little bit. That's SARNet, S-A-R-N-E-T. You can listen to SARNet live on Broadcastify. I am the stream provider for that feed. I want you guys to take a look at this. This is the information on the SARNet system that I put up on Broadcastify. It's been like this now for like 2 years. I cannot believe that they have not asked me to take some of it down or something. But anyway, if you click on that, you'll see I've actually got... I'm actually being a real smartass on here. I actually have a link to one of my videos where I explain how messed up it is. And then I have a picture that says, a restricted use amateur radio system policed by self-appointed sad hams. And the other one says, SARNet, Florida's government-controlled restricted use statewide amateur radio system. Not there when you need it. Oh, I think it's hilarious. Yep. I've got all the information in there about the system and all the system maps and everything. You guys can see all that stuff there if you're interested. But yeah, we have a statewide repeater system here that they don't want you to discuss anything on. No politics, no money, no religion. They really don't want a bunch of storm reports on there, although the people do them anyway. They don't want traffic reports. They really don't want a bunch of chit chat or idle conversation. The truth is they really should just shut it down. The whole thing has become so stupid and convoluted. And when there's a big hurricane, they come on and say, okay, this is now being run by the government. They literally do. They come on and say, this is being run by the government now. So, All right, we've got an alert out of Israel, guys. We've got a big alert that just come in out of Israel. This is a red alert out of Israel now coming in. We'll see if they clear it real quick here, if it stays up. All right, I'm going to reduce the size of that so we can still see the skies over Tel Aviv. What's wrong, kitty? What's wrong, mama? What's wrong, baby girl? You are clingy tonight. She's talked to me more tonight than she does in a week. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things about all this too, like, these flock cameras, F-L-O-C-K, flock cameras, they're tracking our every movement now. The government knows where you drive, when you drive, they know everything about you, and I don't like it. I don't think they should be able to track our tags and keep the information. All right, this is something pretty big because we've got. It looks like the camera zoomed in or something. I don't know. Let me see what else I can find real quick. This looks.
They've got a good Skywarn group down in Palm Beach County. They'll probably jump on this and handle it locally. K4NRD.
Palm Beach is a little far for me to reach their repeaters over there. So I don't think I'll be able to get that Skywarn. Yeah, deploribus I did. It was not much. Maybe a quarter inch at the most. The big story here was wind. I had wind slam this material I had up by my shed over and hit my electrical box that controls all my outdoor lighting and stuff, and it hit it so hard that the pop-in circuit breaker that's in there that has two little switches. It's a little 110 circuit breaker. Doesn't fit in there as tight as I'd like it to, and it actually was sitting there half popped out of the little hole. So I just shoved it back in, and my lights are working. But that's how hard it struck the box. I couldn't believe it. Daddy's doing good. Daddy's in my room where he now lives full time. But he's doing better because he's not out in this tropical air. He needs to be in where there's an air conditioner running so that he gets dry air. Mama's the same way. They both get this kennel cough because they're both inbred. They're both over 10 years old, and yeah. No, dispatch, I'm not feeling well tonight. I haven't felt well in 4 days. As you guys know, I took Saturday night off because I wasn't feeling well, and then I came on and did almost 8 hours last night. And so today I had to get up early. I only got about 4 hours sleep. I had to get up at 7:30. I had to go get Mom and take her to a doctor's appointment. And I got to do that again tomorrow. I have to get up early and take Mom to an early doctor's appointment. We like to get them early so you don't get messed up in there. But the problem is I'm already short on sleep. So I had decided that if this storm wasn't bad tonight, that I was going to go off a little early, which I will. I've been on since 8, so I'm coming up on 2 hours, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I probably won't be on till 10 tonight. It's a lot. And I don't know what's wrong with me. I get these bouts of not feeling well. I have gallbladder issues and things like that. They want to take my gallbladder out, and I won't let them, because it's like, I know 2 people, including my mother, that had infected gallbladders. They went in for the surgery, and they both nearly died. And so I'm scared to death to have them touch it. It's probably best if they just leave it alone. About every 2 or 3 or 4 years it gets infected, I go in and they put me on antibiotics. But I've never had surgery. I've never been operated on. I'm 50, almost 57 years old, and I'm very healthy as far as I've never had major surgery or nothing. But I don't take the best care of myself. So when you start adding all this up, it's not the best. And I think that this is gallbladder. It's a rotten gallbladder in there, and it gets me feeling all messy and weird, and it gets everything messed up. So, well, let me tell you what. In my life, I've been told 7 times that I had to get surgery, or I would die or have serious injury or serious problems. And the truth is, none of those 7 surgeries were necessary. 3 times they told me if I didn't get this gallbladder taken out, it would explode and kill me. That was 3 years ago, 7 years ago, and 12 years ago. I was told on my upper back, if I didn't get surgery, I would hump over and I wouldn't be able to walk straight the rest of my life. Never got the surgery, walk fine. I was told on my lower back that I needed to fuse some stuff together. They had to go in there and fix some stuff. And this way my sciatica would get better and I could actually walk around. I will admit that's still bad sometimes, but it's still good a lot of the time. About 80% of the time, my back's just a little sore and I can deal with it every day. I only take Advil when it gets bad, and I don't take any other kind of pain meds. So it is what it is. I will alternate Advil and Tylenol if it's really bad. But it's one of those things where I live this. It is what it is. Eventually, if I need some kind of surgery, I'll get it. But I don't trust these ghouls. They're all getting paid by insurance companies. They know that if I go under the knife, that the insurance company's going to pay them a bunch of money. So they don't even consider non-surgical options anymore. I was never offered non-surgical options. I was told, well, we're going to schedule you for back surgery. The hell you are. No, I don't think I've ever tried Greek yogurt. I don't eat yogurt, generally speaking. I don't like it. It's weird. And I kind of know what it is, which makes it hard. Yeah, so sometimes, you just have to live with life. Just deals you cards, and you just got to play the hand you're dealt. And I really believe that too. I believe that sometimes you just play the hand you're dealt, and that's what I'm doing. Now, am I going to lay here if I got cancer and I think they can save me? Well, no. I'm going to see what we can do. But that being said, I don't have health insurance, so if I get cancer, I'm dying anyway. So it's kind of one of those things where, it's a strange world we live in, and you just have to hope that you can survive it. Hope that God will give you the chance to live longer. So, it is what it is. I don't trust doctors. I'm not saying they're evil. I'm glad that they went to the school. I'm glad they learned this stuff. I'm glad they're there to help. Please don't read this the wrong way. Just like everybody always thinks I'm anti-cop. I'm not anti-cop. I'm just pro-Constitution. And sometimes that brings up a little bit of a problem. It's the same thing with doctors. There's certain things with doctors I just can't stand. I told you guys the other day, I was telling you about how you go to the doctor, you go in, they say, oh, you got to go in and fill out this thing before you come in. So I go on this website, and for my mom, I fill out this thing. It takes 20 minutes. I fill it all out. We get in there, and they hand her two or three forms to fill out. It's all the same questions that we answered at home. So I went back up, and I said, ma'am, we've already answered these questions. She says, no, you got to answer those. They're for today's visit, da-da-da-da. So I go back over there, and I literally duplicate my effort by writing everything. Here's what she felt. Here's when she felt it. Here's when the first thing happened. Here's what happened subsequent to that. Here's when this started. Here's when this stopped. We get all done, and then they bring us back into a room. So now we've waited in the waiting room 30 minutes. Now they bring us back to the exam room. We sit down. We wait another 20, 25 minutes in there for the nurse to come in. She then comes in and proceeds to ask my mom all the same questions that we just answered on both the home survey and on the handwritten survey in the lobby. And I asked the woman, I said, you're asking all these same questions that we've already filled out the answers for. She goes, yeah, I know, but I've got to ask them to you. I'm like, then why did we fill out that form at home that took 25 minutes? And why did I sit in the lobby for 20 minutes filling out paperwork there? And now I'm doing it with you. I've literally done this 3 times. She goes, yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? So then we sit there. She gets done. Now they have this same information 3 times in 3 different forms, 2 different programs, and in paper. We sit there another 10 or 15 minutes. Now remember, we showed up on time for our appointment, but the doctor doesn't have to. If you don't show up for a doctor's appointment, guess what? They charge you anyway. If a doctor calls out sick and they call you and tell you your appointment's canceled, you don't get paid back for that. I think if the doctor's going to charge me for missing my appointment, then I'm charging him when he misses his appointment with me. That's bullshit. All right? And then you sit there in the room, and finally the doctor shows up. You can hear him walking down the hallway. In this case, you can hear her walking down the hallway. Really nice lady. She lifts the clipboard out of the door, and she walks in. She does not know at that moment which one of us is even the patient. She does not know the first thing about either one of us. She doesn't know that I'm the son and she's the mom, she's the patient. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know what's wrong. She doesn't know why we're there. She walks in cold with a clipboard in her hand that has all the information on it, but she never looked at it. She doesn't even stand outside the door for a minute and make it sound like she's looking at it. I heard the thing lift out of the pocket on the door and the doorknob turn. She walks in. She knows not a single thing about my mother. Nothing. Not a thing. And then she begins to start asking questions. Any idea what questions she asked? Yep. The same 14 questions that we answered at home on the pre-appointment survey. The same questions we answered in the lobby on the paperwork form, and the same questions that the nurse asked us in the same room 20 minutes ago. This ridiculous. So why are you here to see me today? And I looked her right in the eye and I said, so all that paperwork and all that stuff we filled out was for nothing. And she looked at me like I slapped her in the face. And then she didn't even answer me. She looks back at my mom and she says, so what brings you in today? And my mother tells her. So when did this start? So my mother tells her. So how long's it been going on? So when did it, is it bad in the morning? Is it bad in the, da-da-da-da-da, right? All the same bullshit. And then she says, okay, it sounds like this. I'm sending you for this. I'm sending you for that. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And you're going to come back and see me in 10 days. Okay. So she knows nothing about you. All she knows is the 7 answers to the 7 questions you gave her. She never did look through any of the paperwork in the chart. She gets up, she thanks us for, whatever. Thank you. We thank her. She thanks us. Big thank fest. And then she walks out and the clipboard goes back in the pocket on the door. She never looked at what was on that clipboard. She came in, she asked 7 questions, she listened to her heart, she felt this, she touched that, and then she got up and she walked out and said, I'm sending you a script for this med, go get these 2 tests and I'll see you in 10 days. And she walks out. And I'm thinking, my Lord, this whole process is designed just to keep us busy so that we don't realize that the doctor's appointment actually lasted 3 minutes and 45 seconds. It's a puppy mill. It's literally a puppy mill. They don't care about these old people. They don't care about nothing. We find all the time that they've got the wrong list of meds. They don't know about this or that. We've already had one doctor's appointment where the doctor's prescribing stuff, and I ask him, you realize she's had 2 strokes, right? I mean, guys, these doctors have found a way to doctor without ever reading anything, learning anything, doing anything. They walk in, they ask just a few questions, listen to your heart, make a decision, assign a drug or a treatment plan, and get up and walk out. And they know nothing of you. They know absolutely nothing of you at all. And so I've reached the point where I avoid doctors at all costs. I self-medicate. I self-treat. Yeah. Yep, that's the thing. Healthcare is become radically expensive. It goes up 10 or 20% a year what we're paying for healthcare. Doctors making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on their first year of residency. I mean, it's ridiculous what these people make. And they can't even be bothered to read your chart. They can't even be bothered to look at the test results. I don't know. It's crazy. All they care about is billing Medicare, billing Medicaid, billing Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida or whatever. That's all they really give a shit about. And I don't know what that appointment cost the insurance company and my mother combined. I don't know. But I will tell you, whatever they're paying, it's too much. Like I said, they had us fill out all the paperwork, and then they filled it out again, and we filled it out again, and then the doctor came in and asked the same questions again. It just, the whole thing's stupid. I'm not playing into it. It's literally a racket. Do they help you? Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes they're helping you in the wrong way. They're still helping you. It's like doctors helping 17-year-olds with sex change operations. You can help somebody, but it may not be the best thing for them. And these doctors, they don't, it doesn't matter if he misdiagnoses you and you die. It's really not that big a deal. Happens all the time. Yep, and I do appreciate all you mods out there and the new arrivals and stuff. I'm always looking for people to add as mods, but I do get to know you for a while before I do it. It's not something that's going to happen in a few days. I've known Dispatch for months now before I made him a mod. So I'm careful. But I do like mods. I don't like to over police my chat room. My mods know that your speech is welcome. Now, if you're doing all caps and 50 emojis, we are going to ask you to stop doing that. Just because your speech is no more important than everybody else's. But that's really it. And we ask that you don't use hard racial slurs and stuff like that. And cuss appropriately. Only use it when it's a really big exclamation. Let's just, I'm not telling you not to cuss. I'm just saying use it appropriately. That's all. I'm one of these people that I think people are way too sensitive to people cussing. I also think people cuss way too much. So I'm kind of in the middle on this camp. I wish people would learn how to talk without swearing all the time. It's so dumb. I also wish people would quit worrying about the F word all the time. Oh, he said the F word. He's so unprofessional. Oh, he said the S word. He's an asshole. I get sick of that. All right? I use language when it's funny. I use it when I need to exclaim something. You guys know you rarely ever hear me say the F word, but it's part of my vocabulary, and I will use it when it's warranted. And that's what makes cussing special. The reason cussing is not special anymore is because everybody's using it all the time. And now that all these people are using it, a whole 2 generations of people cannot talk without the F word, okay? And it's becoming normalized. I don't like that. However, I also hate speech policing. I hate people that think that you're a bad person just because you use the F word. So I'm in the middle on this one. I really am. I think swearing should be used like it was 20 or 30 years ago. I think swearing should be something that you use when it's appropriate. You use it as part of humor. You use it to provoke a jocular response. You use it to exclaim something that's important. Use it to draw attention to something that's the crux of your conversation. I'll talk for 20 minutes and then I'll say, and that's bullshit. I say that because I want to put a bow on that. I want to really drive the point home. So I'll use it. It's when you use swearing right that it works. If you don't ever use it, it doesn't work. And if you use it too much, it doesn't work. It ends up driving people away, making them think you're unprofessional, making them think you're stupid. We don't want that. So, the answer is not to abstain from swearing and using naughty or dirty words. But the answer is not to normalize it as regular speech either. If we normalize it as regular speech, then it's not swearing anymore. It's just pissing off a small percent of the population the whole time you're talking. So, to the people that cuss too much, stop. You sound like an idiot. And we can't put what you're saying on TV when you cuss. When you cuss all the time, I can't put you on YouTube. We want your message heard, even if we don't agree with it. So, if you want your message to truly be heard, what you have to do is not swear. And that way, it can all be heard. And it won't be edited. That's the key. What ends up happening is you're going to be edited because of the speech. Okay? And we want to hear your message, even though it's probably ignorant and stupid. We want to hear it, okay? It's free speech. But when you stand out there, F ICE, F ICE, F ICE, it gets every one of the YouTubers demonetized. I was demonetized on 2 different 12-hour videos because of F ICE, F ICE, okay? What ends up happening is it ends up, your message gets silenced because of the swearing. Okay? So what I propose is we go back to using swearing like it was originally designed to be used. They used to swear back in the Old West. But you didn't do it in front of ladies. You didn't do it in front of children. It was something Med did when they were playing cards. Well, by God, maybe that's the way it should be today. We shouldn't be just sitting around, F this, F that, F ICE, F you, F him, F me. This is ridiculous. So what I'm asking for is logic and civility. I'm asking for people to say, hey, let's get back to where we use swear words like they were originally designed to be used. They were designed to bring attention to something. They were designed to exclaim something in a louder voice at a higher posture. Okay? That's what they were designed to do. But today we just use them as a course of conversation. Yes, Merlin, I actually try not to use at the end of the day, and I still use it sometimes. It's one of those ones I try not to use. And there's other ones too, like I'll say stuff like, and let me tell you something else. I try not to use that one too much. I do. I actually do, guys. I try not to use some of these really annoying things too much. I know it sucks. All right. Hey guys, I don't even have the whole studio turned on. I just put the camera on. I don't even have the studio. You can tell that it's kind of dark in here. I don't even have I don't have any of the studio lights on over here. All it is just my colored lights over here and the screens illuminating my face, and that's about it. But I didn't even have time to turn the studio on tonight. I came in and went right to work. Yeah, I say, you know what I mean? I do say that a few times here and there, probably too much. We all have those crutches that we use. And in radio over the years, I try to prevent using them myself. We talk about them at work, crush words and things we use, because it happens to all of us. Yeah. GD is one I'm trying not to use at all. I still do. I can't help it, but I'm trying not to use that one. Because I don't mean to be disrespectful to any deity or anyone involved with any deity. So I don't want it to seem like that. So that's what I'm trying to not use. The F word I only use when it's absolutely necessary. And the S word I do let fly quite a bit. I think shit should be deregulated. As a matter of fact, we were talking about, and we still may at the station, we're talking about doing like a fake call to action thing, and it's going to be deregulating shit. I don't know. It's something I'm kind of putting together. I think it will be funny if we literally take up the project of legalizing the word shit so that we can say that on the radio. Yeah. I always thought that Battlestar Galactica was really cool because that and several other sci-fi shows did the same thing. What they did was, because they're not from Earth, they're the other 12 colonies, and they would use the word frack, like fracking oil. They would use that term as the F word. And so they could say, frack you to hell. And according to the network, they're not using the F word. It was genius if you think about it, because they still had the ability to use the F word as much as they wanted, and having not ever used the F word on the show at all. So it actually was kind of a neat thing. They didn't say the S word, and they used frack for the F word, and of course they didn't have any racial slurs or anything in that. So it was pretty cool. It gave them the ability to go, holy frack, you know, and you would get the feeling that they're using the F word, but they weren't. And I liked it. I thought that was ingenious. Mama, what are you doing? All right, guys, I'm getting weak. I have to go eat dinner. That's basically where I'm at right now. Yeah, remember I mentioned to you guys that I would last night I would get demoned for that song that played for about 15 seconds, 20 seconds when I was out of the room. I did. I was able to rectify it, and I ended up getting most of the revenue. But yeah, they took some from me last night because of that song played, and it was only like 15, 20 seconds of it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling good as it is, and it's digestive, so I don't want to shock my system here. I had lunch with Mom today about 11 o'clock this morning, and here it is, 10 o'clock tonight. So 11 hours ago, I had lunch. So I think it's time for me to go have some dinner. Yeah, I mean, I sometimes only eat once a day and maybe snack once a day, but generally speaking, I eat 2 meals a day. I never eat 3 a day. I only eat 2 meals a day. Yep. So anyway, that's what happened. So we know now what happened to this storm, guys. There was a line that formed out ahead of the main storm, and once that happened, it basically tampered down the energy out in front of it, and it created a situation where it just they didn't get they didn't get what they were thinking they were going to get. Now there is still one area here near the Outer Banks that they're still watching, including the Outer Banks, for severe thunderstorms. However, there's really no mention of tornadoes at all anymore. I think the tornado threat is nearly gone. Let me go back to the composite radar so we can see what this whole thing looks like. You can see that most of the bad weather is offshore now. The only reason this is disconnected right here is because there's no radar tower out there. So this is one long line of storms all the way up like that. Hi, Mama. Meow. What you doing? All right, guys, thank you everybody for coming in tonight. It's been my pleasure to be your host. I am going to go. Been on for 2 hours and 15 minutes. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for our regular 9 o'clock show, and then we'll go from there. I'm not aware of anything big that's going to be going on tomorrow night, but hey, we'll see what happens. Right, Mama? You going to say goodnight there, buddy? Are you bleeping? You bleeping, Mama? All right. All righty. Good old bukkake. Every day I get a little more tired. You don't get that back, unfortunately. I think you can get some of it back with diet changes and lifestyle changes, but it's something that happens to all of us. I'm tired all the time. I find myself tired all the time, and I hate that. I don't remember being that way when I was younger. So, yeah. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to see you tomorrow night, 9 p.m., right here on the Sights and Sounds of Earth on Starship Adventures. Everybody have a good night out there and stay safe tomorrow till we meet again tomorrow night. Have a good one. 7-3s.
Well, dawn broke early on February 28th. Trump gave the word, no more waiting at the gate. U.S. and Israel side by side in the fight. Launch them strikes deep into the Iranian night. Targeting the mullahs, the prayers and their crew, nuking their nukes before they couldn't brew. Tehran shaking with explosions in the air, smoke rising high, showing we mean business there. God bless America, land of the free and brave. With Trump at the helm, we're riding the wave, kicking ass when we must, no apologies here. Iran's regime's done, their end is near. Missiles fly back, but they won't break our steel. U.S. and NATO making the bad guys kneel. Trump's calling the shots, urging folks to rise up, overthrow the tyrants, fill freedom's cup. Trump's message rings out, your freedom's at hand. To the Iranian people, take back your land. We hit their leader, Supreme and the rest. Joined ops with Israel, putting them to the test. They fired back a while at bases in our ally, but our defenses hold under that Middle East sky. No more hiding threats, no more playing games. Trump's bringing justice in America's name. God bless America, land of the free and brave. With Trump at the helm, we're riding the wave, kicking ass when we must, no apologies here. Iran's regime done, their end is near. Missiles fly back, but they won't break our steel. U.S. are narrow, making the bad guys kneel. Trump's calling the shots, urging folks to rise up, overthrow the tyrants, fill freedom's cup. From the Gulf to the skies, the world's watching now. Trump standing tall, showing them how. No endless wars, but when push comes to shove, we protect our own with strength from above. Iran's retaliation, just desperate flails, while our forces strike true, tipping the scales. For peace through power, that's the American way. Trump's leading the charge, saving the day. God bless America, land of the free and brave. With Trump at the helm, we're riding the wave, kicking ass when we must, no apologies here. Iran's regime's done, their end is near. Missiles fly back, but they won't break our steel. U.S. and Israel making the bad guys kneel. Trump's calling the shots, urging folks to rise up, overthrow the tyrants. Yeah, Trump's America.
squares to the digital streets. We got one sacred right that nobody defeats. It's the fire in our veins, the roar in our soul, freedom of speech, making America whole. Listen up, brothers and sisters, gather round the flame. The First Amendment's calling, shouting out our name. Congress shall make no law. That's the promise we hold. No chains on our words, no stories left untold. Religion free to worship, no state telling you how. Assemble in the streets, petition right here and now. Press running wild and fearless, speaking truth to the throne. And every single voice gets to stand on its own. Freedom of speech, let it ring out loud and clear. The First Amendment standing tall year after year. We won't be silenced, we won't be muzzled or tamed. This Constitution's our shield, forever untamed. Yeah. From the mountains to the prairies, from sea to shining sea, we defend this sacred right. It's what sets us free. God bless the USA, where the truth can still be told. Freedom of speech, forever, bold, brave, and bold. Five pillars standing strong, holding up the sky. Religion, speech, press, assembly, petition. That's why no government boot on our neck, no overreach inside. The founders wrote it ironclad to keep the power right. They knew tyrants would come, try to twist and control. But these words in the parchment protect every soul. From the farmer in the field to the factory hand, your voice is your weapon across this blessed land. Freedom of speech, let it ring out loud and clear. The First Amendment standing tall year after year. We won't be silenced, we won't be muzzled or tamed. This Constitution's our shield, forever untamed. Yeah, yeah. From the mountains to the prairies, from sea to shining sea, we defend this sacred right. It's what sets us free. God bless the USA, where the truth can still be told. Freedom of speech, forever, bold, brave, and bold. They'll try to cancel, they'll try to shadow ban, label hate speech, but they don't understand. Big tech, big government colluding in the dark, but we got the First Amendment lighting up the spark. No law can gag the preacher, no rule can hush the crowd, no censor can drown the patriot shouting proud. This ain't just paper, it's blood, sweat, and fight. The heartbeat of liberty burning through the night. So raise your voice high when the storm winds blow. Defend the right to speak, let the whole world know. From forever bold. Yeah, that's the sound of liberty ringing, First Amendment strong, America forever. God bless the USA.
All right. I hate when people say they hate AI music, because if it wasn't for AI music, I would have no music at all. And I like my AI music. I think it's good. It tells the story. It's good. I like it. I got a lot of people asking to download it. I've got certain songs that have been downloaded hundreds of times. So I do like my AI songs. I do understand your thoughts on it, though. I mean, it isn't real. I get it. All right, so that's going to be it. That's our show for tonight, everybody. My name's Ian, broadcasting live from Southwest Florida, North Fort Myers, on YouTube, the world's largest broadcast platform. This has been the Sights and Sounds of Earth here on Starship Adventures. And don't forget our backup channel, Starship After Dark. Good night, America, and around the world. 7-3. Kilo Oscar 4, Echo, Foxtrot, Sierra. 7-3's cleared channel QSY.